So, in the last video, we studied the purchasing info records. Now, what is a purchasing info record? I've already explained in the last video. Just in short, a purchasing info record is the combined information of a material and a vendor is kept in a record that is known as a purchasing info record. But a particular material can be ordered from different vendors in different time intervals. This information can be maintained in a list that is known as a source list. So if they ask you in the interview that what is a source list, your answer should be the combined information of a material and a vendor is kept in a record that is known as a purchasing info record. But a particular material can be ordered from different vendors in different time intervals. This information can be maintained in a list that is known as a source list. Source list includes a list of possible sources of supply for a material over a given framework of time. Source list specifies the time period of ordering a particular material from a given vendor. Source list can be copied from one plant to another plant. So, what is the use of source list? They will ask you that why it is so important or for what purpose a source list is used. Your answer should be source list includes a list of possible sources of supply for a material over a given period of time, over a given framework of time, you can say. Source list specifies the time period of ordering a particular material from a given vendor. Source list can be copied from one plant to another plant. And there are two ways to create the source list. First is automatically, and second is manually. Okay, so first we'll see the manual creation of source list. Manual creation of source list. It's a very small topic. This is the fourth master record that we're going to study. So first of all, let me just show you the menu path to create a source list manually. Go to logistics. Then as usual, always you'll have materials management under logistics. That's because materials management is a functional area under logistics. Then to click purchasing. Once you click purchasing, click master data, and then click source list. ME01 is used to maintain the source list. The T code ME01 is used to maintain the source list. The T code ME03 is used to display the source list. ME04 T code is used to see the changes that you have done to the source list. Now, if you notice over here that after ME01, there is directly ME03, which is used to display the source list. But you don't have a T code that is ME02 to do the changes in the source list. Why? That is because ME01 T code has a description called maintain and not create. So whenever a T code has a description called maintain, the same T code is used to do the changes to the particular master record or transaction. So ME01 has a description called maintain. So ME01 will be used to create a source list as well as to do the changes to the source list. So let's create a source list manually. Master records, source list. ME01. to maintain a source list. Basically, you can say in simple words that a source list is used to fix a vendor. Most of the time, we do not use the source list. Why? Because we buy or we procure from multiple vendors. So let's use the table master record that we have created for our client, Royce C, in the enterprise structure. This source list material. Plan. Enter. Just enter these dates over here. Now, what details you need to enter over here is the valid periods, name of the vendor, purchasing organization. So click this search box for valid from date. It's today's date, valid to this date, let's say 26th of November 2009. Let's give our enter our vendor that we created for this client, that's Royce C. Purchasing organization that we created for this client. We'll be using the standard purchasing organization thoroughly for training, RCQ2. Enter. That's all. The source list has been created manually. Source list has been created manually. Now, just like other master records like vendor master record, table master record, purchasing info record, after saving those records, you get a number range. That means a number ID. But in case of a source list, you'll not be getting that. There will be no number range for source list. You want to display the source list, use the T code ME03, enter your material, plant, enter. See, it will just open in the read-only mode, that is a display mode. You can see all the feeds are inactive over here. Cannot make any changes over here. See this? Nothing. And you cannot make any changes by the T code that's ME03. ME04 is used to see the changes that you have done to the source list. Now, let's say I want to do some changes to the source list, which I have created by using the ME01 T code. So I'll be using the same T code that's ME01 to do the changes to the source list. I give my material, give my plant. I will change the validity date, valid to date, for example, from 26th to, I will make it 28th. Enter. Save. It says source list changed in the status bar. Now to see the changes that I've done to the source list, I'll use the T code that's ME04. Just enter your material, plant. That's it. Execute. Click the execute button. That is the clock button. See. Now this is the material. This is the plant. Why do we need to enter the plant and the material? Why do we need to enter the plant and the material? That's because the source list can be maintained on the material level and the source list can be maintained on a plant level. So I'll show it to you that on the configuration part. Right now, I'm just showing you the basics. Let's see the T code that I've used, ME01, to create the source list and to do the changes to the source list. On this date, at this time, I created the source list. Action says entry. That means on this date, on this time, by using this T code, for this material and for this plant, I have created the source list. Over here, the action says change. That means on this at this time, same date, for this material, this plant, I have done the changes to the source list. What are the changes? Old value. The valid to date was 26/11/2019. I made it 28/11/2019. That's the new value. You want, click this line item like this, click details. You will see the details like this. Click this line item, click details. Control, you can also hit Control Shift F3 on the keyboard. You'll see the changes in detail. You want to pull up the source list for the material. You can use the T code ME0M. Right now, we just have one material, one plant, but if you have a list of material, the first material number would be the from material, the last material number would be the to material. The first plant would be the from plant, and the last plant would be the to plant. The plant over here is our CM1 that we created for this client in the enterprise structure, that's Roy C. Click execute or hit F8 on the keyboard. See, you will see material plant, the source list that you have created for this material and this plant, valid from date, valid to date, vendor, purchasing organization. Plant is not there. Now let's click check mark this box over here. Click source list, maintain. You'll get this screen once again to do the changes. Source list, activate this. You want to check it by the material, go to the material. The system will directly take you to the material master record of this material. Directly to the purchasing view of the material master record of this material. Select this source list, click vendor. System will take you to the basic screen of the vendor, basic data one view. From here, if you want to do some changes, click this button. You can do the changes to the vendor master. In case of a material master, click the material. System will directly take you to the purchasing view. But you'll not be able to do any changes over here. So that was about the basic of source list. Now we'll do some configurations. You can maintain the source list at the plant level. You can maintain the source list at the material level. But if you maintain a source list, if at all you maintain a source list, first of all, it's not so important to maintain a source list, but that is because source list is basically used to fix a vendor. That means it will We'll have to buy from that particular vendor. But in procurement, in the real time, we buy from multiple vendors. But if at all you want to create a source list is always, most of the time, maintained at the material level and not at the plant level. Not at the plant level. Why? Because if you maintain the source list at the material level, it will be effective for that material only. But if you maintain the source list for the plant level, then it will be effective for all the purchases, so all the materials in that plant. So that's why if at all you maintain the source list, maintain it on the material level. Just go to the T code over here. Let's see to maintain the source list at the plant level. We'll use the T code OME5, or else you can go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG. That's the menu path. Mean the IMG path or the SPRO path or the configuration path. And once again, SPROT code stands for SAP Project Reference Object. Then SAP Reference IMG. IMG stands for Implementation Guide, which is nothing but a huge menu of configuration. Configuration means, in simple English, it's known as settings. Materials management, purchasing, source list, define source list requirement at the plant level. This is the node that you have to click on for the IMG path. Or else you can use the T code that is OME5. Click position, click search. You can search your plant over here that you have created for your client in the enterprise structure. That's Roy C. Your plant. Scroll down by using the scroll bar at the right side of the screen. Still, if you do not see any plants over here, your plants that you have created, you can. So this is the plant that I've created. If you do not see your plant that you have created, click the binocular, copy and paste your plant from your Excel backup. See, hit enter. The plant is here. Double click it, click continue, or hit enter on the keyboard. Just activate source list over here. Save. So you have activated the source list on the plant level for our client, for our company that have created, for our company that we have created in the enterprise structure, Roy C group of companies, for the client, Roy C. Save. Save. If you want to disable the source list to the plant level, just uncheck this option. Save. Data was saved at the status point at the bottom of the screen. You can see that. As I mentioned that we do not activate the source list or maintain the source list at the plant level. That's why I just deactivated it after showing you how to activate the source list at the plant level. On the material level, we have to go to MM02 on the material master record, MM02. Just enter your material that you have created. Enter. Directly go to the purchasing view by just deselecting the rest of the views. Hit enter. Give your plant RCM1, hit enter. Enter. Now, over here, this will take you to the purchasing view of the material master record. So over here, you have to go to this subscreen that is known as other data / manufacturer data. And then over here, activate source list. Activate source list. Click save. This is the configuration of source list, or also you can say that this is the procedure of creating a source list automatically. That means this is the procedure of automatic creation of source list. So that's all about the source list topic. It's a very small topic in SAP Materials Management. Now, after this, we'll be doing the quota arrangement. That's the last master record, and we'll be starting soon the transaction data. That's the purchasing cycle and all the rest of the transactions. So you'll be coming across some kind of errors. So I would suggest you to maintain an Excel sheet for all the errors. For example, you can maintain columns like this: errors, error number, diagnostics, resolution. Resolution for the error, of course, I will be giving it to you. You can copy and paste the error that you get in this error column, the error number, diagnostic, and the resolution that I'll be giving it to you. You can maintain in the Excel sheet. Why this is important? It's because these errors will be asked during the interview. You'll have to provide resolutions to the errors. Also, these errors and resolutions will be helpful for you when you work on SAP support projects into SAP MM. That's all for source list, and that's all for today. Thank you very much.